Okay, go ahead and get into Word. Click the Office button. And if Word 2013 isn't in your immediate list, down in the box, begin to type Word. And you want to pick Word 2013. At the conclusion of this video clip, you will know about paragraph formatting. So I'm just going to show you a few things right now, and then you will do these on your own by completing Reading and Doing pages 96 to 101 in your book, and doing the drills as you go. You don't have to do this. Just watch the video clip for now. Okay, I'm just opening a file. Okay, and the first thing that you're going to learn here is the paragraph alignment commands. So this paragraph right here, even though this is just 2 words, it's still considered a paragraph. It is centered. I know that just from looking at it, but I can tell also by looking at the Home tab and the paragraph section of the Home tab. Right here are the 4 paragraph alignment buttons, and this one is center, and you can see that it is selected, so that paragraph is centered. When I click here, this paragraph is aligned to the left, and pretty much the rest of the way through the document. Sometimes you might want to write a line, your name possibly at the beginning of a document. So I'm going to do Control Home, which will take me to the beginning. I'm going to hit Enter, and I'm going to type my name. And to get it to align at the right, I point at this button here, and it is right aligned, so I'm going to click, and it will align it at the right side or at the right margin. Okay, this is your margin. This is where your margin begins. That's where it will align. This is your left margin, and this is where everything on the left side aligns. The 4th one here is justified. If you click in the middle of a long paragraph like this one and click justify, you'll see that the left side and the right sides become even. You see this in the newspaper and in magazines a lot. The word just puts a little extra space that you can hardly even tell between the words. So I'm going to do it again here. If I click in the middle of the paragraph and click justify, you can see these spaces are just a little bit bigger. Line and paragraph spacing. Before I do this, I want to turn on my show hide feature, and that is in the Home tab, paragraph section, right here, show hide. I'm going to click that, and this shows non-printing characters. Every time I hit enter, there's a paragraph symbol. Every time I hit space, there's a dot. And every time I hit tab, there's an arrow. Those are the 3 things that show up. So throughout this document, I'm going to select the whole document, and to do that, I'm going to come out here with my white right pointing arrow and click 3 times. That will select the whole document. You could also do this, Control A, and that will select everything also. To determine line spacing, again, look at the paragraph section of your Home tab, Home ribbon, and right here is your line and paragraph spacing. So I'm going to click the down arrow. Currently, our line spacing is 1. Sometimes it will be 1.15. That's what that looks like. Notice there's a larger space here. A lot of times, sometimes you might use 1.5, not very often. Reports are usually double spaced, and then there's 2.5, 3, and then there's other line spacing options that you can go to. You can also choose to add spacing before or after paragraphs. Let me show you how that works. Okay, this is completely double spaced. Okay, so I've got all these paragraph symbols here, which I can delete because that's more than a double space. Okay, but let's say, for instance, I want just a little bit more space here instead of just a double space. I can click on this paragraph, click on the line spacing, and do add spacing after, and see it will add just a little bit more spacing there. So I can add it that way, and I can also take it away. So if you're ever in a document and there's all these spaces, always check here first. I can remove it, and then it's not as big. Shading will add background for text and paragraphs. Let me show you what I mean by that. If I come out here and I get my white right pointing arrow and I click one time, it will select the whole line. Okay, I can go to the Design tab, and I can click Page Border. This is one way to do it. Your book will show you a different way. And then I'm going to click Shading. Okay, and I'm just going to, for fill color, I'm just going to pick any old color. Okay, and then the big thing here, apply to. I can leave it at paragraph or I can choose text. If I choose text, it's only going to put the shading on the words that I have selected. If I choose paragraph, it's going to put it on the words and the rest of the line. So I'll show you what I mean by that. I'm going to leave it at paragraph. I'm going to click OK. See how it shaded the whole paragraph? The paragraph, any paragraph, extends from the left margin to the right margin. Okay. Now let me show you the other one. If I choose apply to text and say OK, oh, it didn't work because, okay, I'm going to do undo twice and get rid of the shading. Now I'm going to come over here and shading, and if I choose to do apply to text, that is what it does. Okay, so that's the difference there. Borders, I'm going to click inside this paragraph. I don't have to have the paragraph selected, and I'm going to go to Page Borders, and I'm going to click Borders. Okay, right now I don't have a border. I can choose to have a box. I can choose to have a box with a shadow. Notice how it's darker. Or 3D, that makes it bigger. It's kind of difficult to see here. Or I can choose custom. Right now, almost always, you'll pick a box. Okay, and this is just a regular border for around the paragraph, not a page border for around the whole document. So I'm going to click this regular black one. I'm going to make it light blue, and I'm going to make it just a little bit thicker. Okay, and if I say OK, it'll apply it to the whole paragraph. I don't have to have it selected, I just have to be in the paragraph. So I'm going to click in the paragraph again, and I'm going to go back to the Borders tab, and this time, let's say I want this border to be blue, but I want this one to be a double line pink. So I'm going to find my double line, here's a double line, and I'm going to make it I guess we'll go with orange. Okay, it changes the whole thing. That's not what I want. Okay, so instead of a box one, we're going to do custom. Okay, so I want the double line orange to be here, not here. I can click there and get rid of it. I can click here and get rid of it. I can click here and get rid of it. Now I can go choose my single line, and I can change the color to blue. Width, you can do whatever you want here, and then you can click here. And then you can do the same thing for the other two sides if you want. And then say OK, and that's what it will do. Okay, I'm going to undo that, and I'm going to come back here to Borders. Okay, and I'm going to check this one off and this one off. Okay, and I'm going to do apply to, actually I'm going to leave this as a blue, as apply to paragraph. Okay, it only lets me do paragraph because I don't have it selected. So that's borders and shading. Bullets, numbering, and multi-level list. Right down here you see this is a bulleted list. I'm going to select it. I'm going to go to Home, and right here in the paragraph section is bullets. Okay, if I want to turn it off, I just click it, it turns it off. Okay, if I want it on, I click it, it turns it on. Same thing with numbering. Okay, same thing with multi-level lists. Okay, but if you want to customize it, like a bullet, I click the bullets, I can click the down arrow, I can do, these are some of the ones I've used recently, I can do define new bullet, I can choose a picture if I want that I could load off of my computer. For instance, I could pick a picture of me if I wanted to and make it a bullet. I could choose symbol, and I could, you know, there's a whole bunch of different fonts that you can choose from that have different items you can pick. I'll pick this one and click OK. You can change the alignment if you want. See how it's showing you a preview here. I could also change the font of the bullet. See how it's changing it down here? and I could change the size of it, and I could say okay, and there it would do it for me here. Okay, so that's bullets, numbering a multi-level list. Decrease and increase indent, that, if I keep these selected, are right here. They are right here, increase and decrease indent. And that's what that does. It simply increases or decreases the indent of the paragraph you have selected or in, like this one. Okay? Sort alphabetizes selected text or arranges numerical data in ascending or descending order. So I'm going to select these, and I'm going to do sort. Sort by paragraphs by text in ascending order, which is A to Z, and I'm going to say OK. And now it switched it around, and you can see that this should come before that because A comes before E, and they're in alphabetical order. That's how you can sort. Okay, now I'm going to have you go and work on this on your own, and beginning on page 96, you can just read that, and they show you a diagram, and then you can also go to then page 97 and read that, and then begin drill 1 at the bottom.